Right, good morning, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't know if you can see me because we're already sharing screens with Lee. So just want to say a big thank you for everybody that has come to our second In Your Corner Team Hatton event. And like I've said on our socials and the information you've had so far, last month, Parkinson's, and obviously today with Lee from LegitFit are your complimentary ones. Moving forward from January, you do need to be a member of Team Hatton, and these are going to continue throughout the rest of the year. Of course, you'll know what the topics are in advance, so you'll be welcomed with open arms always. But ultimately, it's here for you guys to get a bit of information on how to run your business. It could be some technical information some months on anything boxing for fitness wise. So if there is ever anything that you want me to look at, or people that you want me to include and invite into these sessions, then please do always ask. And you can always contact me. You've got my email address now, and you've got obviously access to me via our Facebook support group. And moving into next year, we've got a very exciting, our website's being relaunched, and we've got a couple of new things that I'm going to be introducing you to over the next couple of weeks and into January as well. So lots of good and exciting things coming up for Hatton Boxing, and obviously in turn for you guys as well. So again, just to welcome Lee and Tom, still here from LegitFit. They're here, guys, to have a look at how we can manage our businesses online. And this isn't, obviously it's a very broad and open topic, but Lee's put a nice presentation together to go through a couple of the reasons why you should definitely look at it. It's something that I would 100% look at if I had an open client database now, from the times that I was personal training and certainly running group fitness classes. A lot of the time was making sure people were turning up, and a lot of time was spent on the phone doing all those admin tasks. And hopefully we're going to look at how doing this, and maybe looking at, you know, companies like LegitFit to come in and help us, how it can, you know, turn your business upside down in a most positive way. So Lee, I will let it come over to you and let you introduce yourself. And,
that is fantastic. Yeah, no, thank you for the introduction there. The first thing that I'd like to actually do is apologize in advance if I do go into a bit of a coughing fit. Like many people out there, I've had flu for about 3 weeks and I just cannot shift it at all. So huge apologies in advance if I do mute for a few seconds and kind of, you know, just cough. But no, yeah, thank you for the introduction. So yeah, my name is Lee. I've been working with LegitFit now since June of this year. But again, I've been in the industry now for just over 30 years. So yeah, actually what we'll do is we'll do the presentation. And if once we've done the presentation, there is any kind of, you know, questions that you'd like to actually kind of go through, then we can obviously just open that floor out and kind of go and ask those questions. So let's get started. So good morning and welcome to Team Hatton In Your Corner with LegitFit. We are one of Team Hatton's sparring partners, and we are delighted to have been invited to speak with you all today. We're here to offer you some insight into the benefits of taking your fitness business online, making it more streamlined and professional with software systems and solutions. My name is Lee, as I've said, and I speak from experience, having run my own independent gym for 15 years, alongside working in the industry for the past 30 years. I've seen firsthand the value of having the right tools and processes in place to free up your time and maximize your business potential, no matter the size of your business or whereabouts in your journey you are. Just a quick introduction to LegitFit. We have a cloud-based solution helping hundreds of gyms, studios, PTs, and instructors manage their business more efficiently on a day-to-day basis. It concentrates on bookings, payments, and communication, and was built on the basics of running such a business or any customer-facing business to increase revenue, save time on daily tasks, and give your customers a better experience. Over the next few slides, I'll walk you through the key elements you should look to implement, from a website through to sharing your timetable to attract bookings, client retention tools, online classes, mobile apps, and using social media. Have a think about your own operation for a second. With digital lifestyles increasingly on the rise, an app available for nearly everything, and more than half of all the internet traffic coming from mobile devices, it might be time to consider what you do at present. Just to inform you of the level of understanding you all might have with software and system, how many of you use software to manage any aspect of your business right now? and managing your clients and your bookings. One of the major advantages of having a website is that it's accessible to anyone, anywhere, at any time. Generally, we can categorize websites, the purpose of the website, into three parts: awareness of what you're doing, sales, and also information. That's making people aware of your business and your services, sharing the information they are looking for, and then selling to them. Because ultimately, that is what we're here to do. We're here to actually sell a product or a service to them. Again, you don't invite guests until you've tidied up at your home. It's the same as your website. You have to make it presentable to visitors in the first instance. We have been building branded websites now for fitness businesses for over the 12 months. And now they can use it to master the basics of their online presence. This includes capturing visitor information to create leads that can then be nurtured into paying clients. Sell everything from clothing to nutrition with an online e-commerce shop, which creates an alternative revenue stream. If design is not your forte, then you can use a web designer to take the hassle away so you can concentrate on your day-to-day job. With access to web analytics, you can make decisions based on web traffic, usage, and activity. Coming soon will be the capability to manage the website and leads via a branded app. Your schedule and bookings are the core of your business, so take control of them from anywhere, anytime, and on any device. Choose whether to make your calendar public or private and allow members to book classes themselves, or again, control bookings yourself. By setting your class location, capacity, duration, and even cost on a waiting list, then facilitating advanced online payments, you can increase numbers and reduce no-shows by up to 20%. Just on those waiting lists, by automating them, when a spot opens up, a notified list automatically, so you can then that class can be booked. This is a 100% automated way to keep your classes full and like having your very own virtual assistant. Automating memberships and packages helps to simplify the payment side of your services without the worry of who or who hasn't paid. Remove the guesswork and know your best customers by being able to keep on top of attendance and see who's going to your sessions, who's going to the sessions the most, who's going to them the least, and often again look at them with attendance analytics. A little more on this later. By optimizing your class scheduling, by tracking your bookings and attendance, it takes the effort out of filling up your schedule so you can make most out of your time. Gaining your own time back is one of the big wins here. Again, it's not about working 60, 70 hours. It's about, managing your time and making sure that, again, you're not working 24/7. This reduces the hassle compared to if you're using pen and paper and a spreadsheet or simple diary. This is where I can, again, through my experience, I remember 15 years ago when I started my own business, I was using pen and paper. And then pen and paper went to spreadsheets. And then from there, I got one software, which led to others. And now we live in a day and age where, there is so many software choices out there. And you'll stress less by being in control of your money and having a real-time view of activity on your account. Much better than an endless spreadsheet. That snapshot of activity is crucial to let you measure your success. You can track revenue for all of your income sources, see what is the most successful, and basically future plan for the future. All of which helps streamline your processes, giving you more time to increase your income. Managing members is the natural progress once you have your booking sorted. You should be striving to provide a better experience no matter how many clients you actually have. Having all the data in one place will reduce the fear of managing clients and their info, and allow you to focus on gaining new ones and retaining existing ones. By creating notes that only you or the business can view, you can keep tabs on their progress. However, having the additional option of sending feedback for each session or set client goals that they'll be able to actually see on their account supplies them with a motivational tool to succeed. Centralizing all your messages as opposed to using email, WhatsApp, and other various means that just add confusion, will streamline your communication, having everything in one place. If you're able to send and receive individual messages, create group chats, or bulk send broadcasts to your members, you can keep everything and everyone up to date. So what facilitates this? It should be a two-way street. When every member has their own personal account, you can engage with them at any time to make sure they're getting an unrivaled service. From a business perspective, you need to be able to contact clients, check in on them, know what services they're on, know what goals they have. Similarly, if members can log in to manage their memberships, send you messages, book classes, and even reschedule with a few clicks, you'll have a seamless operation. You'll want to minimize the number of steps new members take to set up on their account and be ready to pay. You don't want this process to be a barrier for potential members. I know that with software that we use, within 60 seconds, you can register the system, make the process as short and as compact as possible. Giving your members a range of add-on services will ensure they've access to the sessions they want to join. Never lose a member. Life changes so easily. Freeze memberships for any holidays or other leave they may need. Setting up trials for your services can entice new customers at the click of a button. Seeing who has the highest spend and attendance rates at the click of a button helps you prioritize members and addresses those that may be dropping off. Additionally, use analytics to keep track of payments, bookings, attendance, and all of your other services. You're probably thinking this type of thing would be hassle to set up. Switching over from one other software supplier or spreadsheet shouldn't be time consuming, and you certainly shouldn't be doing this manually. I've touched upon reporting a couple of times already, but wanted to go into a little bit more detail to underline how important it is when running your fitness business or classes. You want to make sure that you can be informed in an instant to help your business grow. Again, it's a time-saving exercise having everything in one place, as opposed to relying on other apps, services, or sources. A dashboard gives you a quick snapshot of everything you need to know about your business performance. You want that confidence to make important decisions based on real time and real life data. Having that to hand will allow you to find your best customers and know who attends your classes the most. This information can identify your highest value customers and target them appropriately. Identify the no-shows. This is something that happens in all facilities. Again, so identify the no-shows, break down everyone who didn't show for the class so you can identify those who may be dropping off and discover why. And again, put interventions in place before they do leave. Find the expiring packages. So what members' package is due to expire. Tracking this easily will help make you, again, keep track of things and keep on top of things. We've all heard the saying, work smarter, not harder. And this is the mantra you should adopt to maximizing your offering. Find out what your most popular classes are and work out if there is space in the calendar for more of these. Look to the future. Generate your bookings, attendance, and payments reports over any data period you wish to inform future decisions on. It's all well and good having this data, but if it's not accessible, it's going to be difficult to kind of track. Being able to export your reports, download those bookings, attendance, and payment reports as you wish with one click will give you transparency across the business. There's a few aspects of taking your business online that you might think they're nice to have, but they should be considered essential for you to maximize your offer. Increase awareness of your services and give your clients the best experience possible. Your members haven't signed up for any fitness trainer. They've generally signed up for you as the individual. They've either seen you on social media or they've actually got to meet you face to face. So give them engaging, personal and active online sessions with a very simple integration. Keep them active, even when they can't be with you. Something that really came to the forefront during the pandemic. at the end of this, in the question and answer session, I had my business for 15 years. Everything was going great. The pandemic hit and it completely changed my business model, you know, within 48 hours. So if anybody needs any, you know, information on that, I can give that at the end. Online classes will mean you can host classes anywhere, anytime. Give that reputation you have worked so hard to get by, always providing a service to your members no matter where you are or where they are. Making online classes, you know, access easy is crucial. With Zoom or other video platform integration, you can easily sign up everyone, even the non-tech savvy people. Have the ability to offer your members a broader range of classes, which in turn expands the possible revenue streams for your business. It should be easy to set up an online class, notify your members, take payments, and get them to attend, all direct from your management software. No more sharing links or sharing passwords. You probably all use at least one social media platform for your business. But again, you know, are you using it to its potential? Social media is an essential part of doing business in this modern world. And it's one of the best tools to attract customers, get customer feedback, and build customer loyalty. Integrating your class timetable to your social medias and website helps ensuring that all your members are directed to the same place and view the information at the same time. Through working with hundreds of customers, we have found that Facebook and Instagram are the most effective platforms out there for fitness business growth. So we've made sure that integration with both is very, very simple. With Facebook, you can easily allow your less tech-savvy members to access your timetable with one simple click. Whilst over on Instagram, we've made it possible to funnel all of your Instagram followers through the same booking system as all of the other members. Having all of your members across your social media using the same booking system will save you time and stress of using multiple systems. Offering an app, and a free one at that, gives a smoother fitness experience in several ways. In simplistic terms, your clients can book from anywhere, anytime, and on any device. Clients easily checking in via a QR code when they enter your fitness facility means they can jump straight into a class or get straight on with their workout. You'll be able to drive revenue if your clients can quickly and easily purchase packages and membership, and the ability to book in on the spot, all on one app. Apple and Google Pay integration here is crucial. Again, the day and age of paying by cash seems to be kind of, you know, very, very kind of quickly going. People need to actually use smartphones, smart devices to be able to actually pay for everything. And again, Apple and Google Pay are one of the most used. You can share information with your clients through an app and have the ability to quickly and easily manage your timetable on the go. Furthermore, your clients can manage all aspects of their account directly on the app. With your virtual class link listed on the app for appropriate sessions, members can easily access the class from the device they are on. 2023 will see the introduction of a custom branded app, so you can make the customer app experience your own, which we know is crucial for brand recognition and, again, customer retention. On behalf of the entire LegitFit team, thank you very much for everyone taking part live today, and for those watching it back. A big thank you to the team Hatton for inviting us along today. If you want to find any further information or help with improving or taking your fitness business online, then please don't hesitate to contact us. My email address is below, as you can see, and the recording of this In Your Corner session will be emailed again around afterwards with a link to LegitFit if needed. And again, thank you for your time. But now what we can do is we can open the floor to any questions.
I'm going to go first. Thanks, Lee.
Go for it.
I've not got necessarily a question, but I just wanted to make sure that everybody's getting a question ready. I think it's really important to understand, obviously, with the transition over to, obviously, COVID has helped us realise that we need all of these things in our life. Everybody's business changed, literally did a U-turn and went, okay, but we're now being in a great position to help more people more frequently with going online. And the fact that you've got the opportunity to do all of this in one place, for me, the biggest standout was rescheduling clients that can't make a session. That in itself, for a personal trainer, a group fitness instructor that's busy, doing all of the other things, when you've got Sally there saying, I can't make tonight, Nick, when can you do? And Sally can see my diary there and then and can just rebook at her own convenience, making sure that that session's still fulfilled, for me was a bit of a standout. I don't know about anybody else, but I think that in itself is an absolute game changer, because Sally would have potentially taken up to another hour of my time looking at diaries and getting back to her. So just the fact that reducing those, like you said, and the title of the slideshow is reducing admin. We're not in this industry to be administrators or do that kind of job. We're in this industry to help people and be practical. So a lot of the things that you spoke about really resonated with me from when I was in my 20s and running around like a headless chicken, trying to get everybody in and help as many people as I could, but just being bogged down by not doing the things that I should have been doing to grow my business. So I think that is the biggest standout for me. Damien, you come off of mute. Have you got something to ask Lee?
Yeah, I was just going to ask whether LegitFit do the because obviously you spoke around the website design and stuff, and like I'm really new in this industry, and it's like a really scary industry to walk into. I've left one job to come into this industry, lost a lot of money, but I love helping people. But what I find really scary is it is so hard to try and sell your product. Like I just have no idea really what I'm doing. I've got an app and different bits and pieces, but it's just trying to get people on board to give you that opportunity to show them that what you're going to deliver is going to be good for business. And
okay, so my answer to that would be I've got a great example for you. So I know the date, Monday, the 3rd of January 2005. I went live with my business. I know the date off the top of my head. I'd been made redundant on 3 previous occasions over the previous 3 years. So after the 3rd time of being made redundant, I thought I'm going to take my life in my own hands, and I'm never going to be fired again. So I took a year out. I researched. I decided what I actually wanted to do. Now, I originate from Tamworth, Staffordshire, so just in the West Midlands. So back then, I thought easiest thing to do, how many of the personal trainers are actually kind of out there? Now, bearing in mind, we're going back 17 years now. So even the internet was, not many people were actually kind of using it. I could find one personal trainer who was actually advertising online. The great news for me was that she had actually advertised that she's leaving Tamworth and she's moving over to Birmingham. So I was like, fantastic, there's no competition. So I set up my own business, and in all honesty, I thrived. It was phenomenal because there was very few people kind of around. The challenge for somebody like yourself is that you're in an industry now which is saturated with so many people out there who are kind of qualified, and it really is, how do you now set yourself aside that somebody's going to choose you over choosing the other person? And the biggest way to actually do social media is a great thing. Back when I first started, there was no Instagram, there was no Facebook. It hadn't even been invented then. So I remember having to, design. Luckily, my wife is a graphic designer. We designed leaflets, postcards, and then we spent, 8 hours a day walking around all of the local areas and posting them through the letterbox, because at the time we couldn't afford to actually, have somebody else do it for us. So we printed them, we designed them, we printed them, we dropped them out. Now, literally, you could sit at home and you can let the world know by having a website, by being on Instagram, by being on Facebook, by being on all of the social medias, but making sure that your branding is the same all the way through. But the biggest single takeaway that I would actually advise is, who are you looking to work with? My wife and I had our own facility for 15 years, and we used to kind of run it on. We were there for everybody. We actually had people from the age of 12 coming in, and I think our eldest members was 89 and 91. We very really quickly realized that you can't be everything to everybody, so you have to work, who is your demographics? My wife and I are now of the age where we work with the older person. So we actually work with, helping people become free of male and female menopause. So we don't work with people in their 20s or, you know, lower than that, because we have the specific demographics. Who are you looking to try and work with? What's your goal? Who's your niche?
Yeah, so it's funny you saying about menopause, because that's one of the routes I was looking at. Is I feel there's a lot of people out there that women don't understand, obviously, menopause and the effects of menopause. And I've done a lot of research. I've even written a presentation that I delivered to a group of women, which is one of the scariest things I've ever done.
Okay.
So I've taken a massive interest in that. But along with that is one of the avenues I'm trying to go down is I absolutely love delivering boxing. I didn't realize I boxed for about a year when I was younger. And since doing my training through the Hatton Academy, I didn't realize how much I loved just delivering the boxing. So come this January, I'm trying to set up I haven't got my own premises, so I'm like renting a hall, but I'm going to try and deliver the Hatton Academy boxing to people. So that's kind of where I am at the moment. But the menopause stuff is something I want to do, but I want to do that more online, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely. I think it's one of those things that, you know, female menopause has been in the mainstream media for years, absolute years. My wife, she was young, you know, so she is 49. She started at a young age at 40. So she's got 9 years worth of physical experience of kind of going through this. So she works online with a heck of a lot of ladies. So it's definitely, you actually find that more and because of social media and the internet, more and more people are now becoming aware of these types of kind of things that are actually kind of out there. Male menopause isn't really kind of spoken about, you know, at the moment, but slowly but surely it's now becoming, you know, a topic that is actually kind of out there, and more men are seeking help and kind of, you know, advice for that. You mentioned about the boxing. Through my experience, I've never really come across a female when I actually said, either in a class or more of a one-to-one PT session, that we're now going to put the gloves on and we're going to kind of do some boxing. Oh no, they shy away from it. They don't want to do it. However, within 60 seconds of having those gloves on and actually hitting those pads, their world has changed. They absolutely love it to bits. And the amount of ladies, the female PTs, you know, personal training clients that I've actually had, they then ask, when are we going to box again? So it is absolutely, it's kind of fantastic. I mean, if you look at boxing, it's everything. It's stamina, it's strength, you know, it's power, it's speed, it's accuracy, but it's also, you know, we all have that kind of challenge inside us, that, you know, kind of built up aggression. What's the best way to actually kind of get it out other than a controlled way with your fitness trainer?
Absolutely. It's funny you saying about with the boxing. So I recently had a guy, and he's massively into football and he likes swimming, and I got him to put the gloves on, and he was kind of dead against, like, he said, no, boxing's not for me, and he put the gloves on and we did a 30-minute session. And now he's signed up with me. He wants to meet me twice a week to do boxing. So you're 100% right. The minute people put the gloves on, I think it changes their perception of the boxing.
Yeah, it's one of those things. The moment you actually mention boxing to people, especially a group of people, I don't want to get hit, you know, I don't want to hit somebody else. And, you know, when you kind of break it down and explain, you're not going to be hit, you're not going to hit anybody else. You're going to be, you know, either holding the focus pads, or actually you're going to be the person who's going to be doing the moves. Once they're into it, they absolutely kind of love it. You know, we had our facility for kind of 15 years. I'd actually say one of our most popular classes was the box fit class that we actually had. And I'd say it was 60-40, 70-30 female orientated, because again, they just loved it to bits. Does that help answer your question? Anything else that you've got?
Yeah, I think that's helped a lot, thank you. I mean, I kind of feel like I've came into this game really late. I'm 41 years old, and I kind of wish I was doing this 10 years ago when I had a little bit more energy. And do you know what I mean when I say that? I kind of feel energized, but I also find I tire a lot quicker.
Okay, so I would look at that in a slightly different way. Let's look at the positive side of that. So you're 41. So you've got 41 years of experience on this planet. You've been through so many different more experiences. So you would probably resonate with somebody closer to your age, because, you know, when they're turning around to you, so 41, they may be married, they may be, you know, they may have a couple of kids, they got a mortgage, they got debt behind them, they've just gone through a pandemic, and then, you know, you can resonate with them. You can actually link in with them straight away. I'm not saying a young person couldn't do that, but it would be a lot harder to actually kind of, you know, do that. I mean, you know, one of the questions that you actually said is you're new into the industry, and it's, so you've got that qualification now. I think one of the downsides to, and I don't know of anybody that's actually done this yet, when you go away and you get a qualification, you know, however long that qualification actually takes, there's very, very little training to then how to make your business successful. So you're a qualified personal trainer, you're qualified in physiotherapy, whatever the qualification is, it's great. You paid your money, you're now qualified. Damn, what do I do now? Where do I go? And I remember nobody told me that. I kind of sat there, and I said, Monday, the 3rd of January, 2005, what do I do? Where do I go now? And I made many, many mistakes. But that's the actual thing, is if there's a business for somebody to go into, is kind of working with new people into the industry, there is a huge opportunity there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's stupid because I'm new to this industry, but I've been into running for probably 12 years now, and I set up my own running group in my hometown, and I got a really successful running group, and I don't run that as a business, I run that as a community thing, and that's really successful. But I find that's really easy to do, but I find what I'm trying to set out, and I guess it's because obviously I'm only a few months in, and I'm hoping that it'll become as fluent as my running journey, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Again, it's one of those things. I mean, again, an experience that I'll actually kind of give you is, and I think Nicola kind of touched on this right at the beginning. So I've been in the industry now 30 years. David Lloyd, Living Well, Fitness First, Marriott Hotel, the Belfry. I've worked for them all. And working for all of those organizations, every time I left an organization, one of the things I would do is I'd take away all of the positives, all of the great things that they taught me, and you're never going to reinvent the wheel. So I just used all of the good things, but all of the bad customer service experience, I'd make sure that I don't carry that forward, and I changed it. But it's kind of one of those things, is that, I always believed that my audience were those people who either met me face to face or were taking part in a class. Obviously, the pandemic was a horrible thing. It was the worst thing that anybody could the world went through the pandemic. However, it was probably one of the best things, for me personally, it was one of the best things to ever happen. I started, 15 years ago, my wife and I started our business. We had 3 kids. They were 4, 2 and 6 months old. And I then turn around 15, 20 years later, and they're now 21, 18 and 17. No, 21, 19 and 18. And I kind of think, wow, the parties that I missed, the holidays that I actually missed because we had our own business. So it's kind of one of those things. When the pandemic hit, I remember being, again, on the Friday, Boris closed us, 5 o'clock on the Friday, we had a spinning class taking place. So I was so we were using MyZone. So I put a MyZone match on and said, go through, I've got to work out what we're actually doing. And within the space of 6 hours, we'd sent emails, text messages, WhatsApp to all of our members and said, look, we're closed. We don't know how long we're going to be closed for. Who wants to hire a bike? So we actually hired out 21 spinning bikes. Within less than 6 hours, they'd gone. People wanted to hire dumbbells, barbells, discs. My gym was emptied within 48 hours. We delivered the bikes on the Saturday and Sunday, which was great. But then on the Monday, we was in the gym. It's kind of, okay, how do I now get on the screen? We didn't know about Zoom or anything like that. So we researched it. We downloaded Zoom on the Monday. We practiced it. And then 5 o'clock on the Tuesday, My wife was in front of the camera. She, you know, so she was a goddess being on that camera. I was a god because I've got us online. It was ace. But when we look back now at the video, it was horrible. The picture quality, the sound. But then very, very quickly, we adapted to it. But in all honesty, it was one of those. What the pandemic did to us is we would actually have a 6:30 a.m., a 7:30 a.m., an 8:30 a.m., and a 9:30 a.m. class as well. Then we'd obviously have no classes during the day, but then we'd actually have classes of an evening, 5:30, 6:30, 7:30. So we had to be there morning, noon, and night. What we did in the pandemic is we actually did 3 classes, 1 class in the morning and then 2 classes of an evening. And even sometimes we actually did these classes from home. We never lost any members in the first lockdown at all. We retained every single member, but yet we were working 3 hours as opposed to kind of like 15 hours. So for us, it was one of those, hang on a minute, it's kind of, could this not kind of continue onwards? So for us, we then very, very, quickly realized that it's great to actually have a physical facility. It's great to actually have that face-to-face kind of contact. But if you can work with groups of people online without having to leave your own home, that is, for me, that is definitely kind of like the way forward. It's not for everybody, but it is a great way to work with more people. So if you take a group of female ladies who are finding difficulty with hormones, the idea is you can actually work with those group of people in one go. So if you've got 10 of them, you can actually, if they're willing, you can get them in a group. Whereas if you see them face to face, that's 10 hours worth of your time, where it could be just an hour. So there's so many ways.
I think what I'm thinking as well for you really, Damien, if you've got all of those people in your running group and they fit your demographic of people that you want to help, invite them to a class, invite them to a Zoom session. If you plan to do that stuff online, start how you mean to go on and do something online with them via Zoom. And the fact that obviously, again, just going back to the app, coming back to the point, is that by using an app to keep everybody in the same place, you could have all of your clients paying or non-paying, is that right, Lee, in your app?
Yes.
And then you can run free events via Zoom. So you could have a topic of the month, much like we are doing now, a topic of the month, topic of the week. And then of course, if they've got your timetable, so I'm going to use Sally because Sally's always my person that I use, but Sally could be running with you alongside you each a couple of times a week, but also then she sees your timetable and goes, oh, Damien's got this going on next week, or he's got a boxing session on. I know Damien, I'm going to come along. So I think, again, the vision of coming online, what it sounds like you just need to do is a little bit of personal development to believe in yourself. And write some stuff down and keep yourself accountable to actions of your business plan. And if you haven't got one, then get in touch and I can help you with that.
And the biggest communication is the biggest thing. Is find an app, use an app that allows you to easily communicate with your members. And I think that's the thing. So we went from seeing our members 5 days a week to seeing them probably once or twice, but we spoke to them every single day. And that's the biggest thing. People just want to be able to actually be communicated to. Either you reach out to them or they reach out to you, and they just want to talk. That's all they want to do. They want guidance, they want help, and they want to, feel as though they belong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, great stuff. Guys, if anybody else got any questions or anything for Lee while he's here on either the LegitFit app or anything else with regards to website building or going online and managing your sort of admin time? Has he gone? No, he's still here.
No, absolutely.
Sorry, my screen went weird again. I was like, he's gone.
No, absolutely.
Sharon, Jenny, anybody?
Any questions? Ask me anything.
Oh, sorry, it's Andy. All I've got is, in the app, you said there was virtual sessions.
Yes.
Is that you post something and they see it, or can you actually see what they are doing?
Okay, so the way that the app works for LegitFit is we actually have one client in actual fact that doesn't have a physical premises. What she actually does, she actually teaches all of her classes from home. So she has a Zoom account. What she does is she creates all of the classes on the timetable through LegitFit. And then when you add a class, you can either make it kind of, face-to-face or virtual. When it goes to virtual, what it will then ask you for is basically your Zoom link. So what you then do is you copy and paste your Zoom link into there. And then obviously anybody who actually pays for that class or anybody that you put into that class, again, obviously at the time of the class, they click the button and it kind of comes up on Zoom, and yet you can see them and they can see you.
Okay, yeah, that's answered that then. Thank you.
And I think this particular lady has something like 25 Zoom classes a week, and it works perfect for her.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Thanks, Andy. Is there anybody else that's got any questions? Anybody that can see the benefits of working your business in this way? I just totally wish that it was around when I was a live personal trainer. Like I said, it's just
absolutely.
It feels like an absolute no-brainer for me. Transferring, like having all my money in one place, meaning my accounts can be done super simply. That again, the more I look, I'm grinning because it's like, why wasn't this available?
I mean, I think in the 2 years of the pandemic, as an industry, we advanced more in 2 years than we have the last 30 years. I
actually think for the fitness industry, although it was horrendous because facilities had to close and but it certainly made us practical people think outside the box, and the things that have come about since that within our industry have just been incredible. It's a great time for me as well from a personal development perspective to step back and go, what do I actually really want to do? What am I good at? What do I want to get better at? And just go and do it. And I think a lot with the fitness industry is a case of planning it. And like I said to you, Damien, plan it, write it down and keep yourself accountable to these actions, and you'll have a thriving business. If you've got passion behind what you do, you will have a thriving business in no time. Your personality and you will sell your product, but actually what you are doing is helping people first and foremost. And that's what it's ultimately about, remembering what it's about. Not, yes, it needs to be about money. We all need to, earn money, but if we can work our time better by using something like this, for me, it's just, it's a no-brainer. So I'm so pleased that we managed to get you guys in just to open everybody's eyes to see that it's an investment, but it's an investment into your business. And I think ultimately it's mega.
Absolutely. And it's one of those things is you're not going to be able to work with every single person that you speak to. It might be that, you don't gel with them, they don't gel with you. They want something different that you can't kind of, offer. So, and again, don't take it personally, for every no, there's more yeses out there.
Yeah, there's a question in the chat box. Is this a subscription app or is it a one-off payment? And what are the options? Do you know the options from Tom, what we're going to do with regards to our guys off the back of this? Or is that going to come out in the email? That
will actually kind of come out in the email. But yeah, there are, you can either pay monthly or you can actually kind of pay annually. And obviously, if you pay annually, there are kind of discounts for that. But and again, the way our platform works is, again, up to 50 clients, we do actually have a freemium app. So again, for those people out there who are just into the industry and you need a software, but again, maybe you haven't actually got the funds to actually kind of take that software on at the moment, we actually provide a free software to allow you to obviously kind of build up that client base. And then obviously we have different tiers, but again, all of that information will kind of come out obviously following this.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I think trying it is the way to go. You're not going to know the benefit of it until you're in it, like everything, isn't it?
Absolutely. Branded websites. Again, it's one of those things. I would actually say the crucial thing, name to me a company that is actually out there that doesn't have a website, Nike, Adidas, Homemade, everybody is actually online. It doesn't matter what the business is. Every business is actually online. And what you're going to make sure is that, when you do have a website, it doesn't need to be fancy. Something very, very simple, something that makes them, it resonates with them. Gone are the days of you're telling somebody that, you have 25 classes, you have a box fit, you have, spinning, you have this. Tell them what you can do for them. You've got probably less than 3 seconds for somebody going on your website for it to resonate with them and kind of think, wow, it's, they're really going to help me out. It's all about kind of what you can do for them. They're not bothered about.
Yeah, it's that one click, isn't it? I'm totally that person. I'm a one click person. So if I can't get to where I want to get quickly,
Gone.
So I just want to know what the timetable is, if there's spaces, what the availability is, how much is it going to cost me. So the website is literally a landing page to you for them to come on to, go on to booking,
and
essentially.
It's making sure we actually have what we call CTAs, call to action buttons. So make sure that when you've actually got them on the website, it doesn't work for everybody, but generally speaking, the best thing for you to actually do is have a call to action so that they can either, if they want to buy there and then, don't ever stop them from buying there and then, or if they want to actually reach out to you. If it's a case of you then say, oh, well, give me a call or give me, send me an email, they might not want to do that. Whilst you've actually got them there, if you actually have a form where they can, first name, surname, email address, phone number, what their question is, just make sure that you've actually got it easily accessible to them.
Yeah, and that's all in the ability to set up when they come in with you guys, isn't it? There's a website.
Yes, so that's something that I actually kind of look after myself. So if anybody wants, a demo of that, all you're going to do is kind of use my email there, kind of book in some time with me. 15 minutes, I can show you what the site is, and again, away from there we go.
Yeah, fantastic. That's really good to know. One-stop shop for business building. I love it, and it's like I said, for me being older in this industry, it is a no-brainer. That the admin time alone is incredible, and just being able to send people your link via your QR code for them to look at you, see what your availability is, book a free slot, free consultation there and then on their phone when they're having a cup of coffee tomorrow morning. It's just, for me, the freemium option, up to 50 clients, bosh, and then you just build from there, and with the support of LegitFit behind you. And I think that's great.
I mean, this is one of the things is making sure that you've got somebody to reach out to. Your clients will reach out to you for help and advice, and when things aren't going right, but ultimately you also need that as well. When things aren't going right for you or you're not quite sure, you need to actually know that you can pick up the phone and just ask a question. And we have that all of the time. So many of our clients kind of call us up for, help, advice, and that's what we're there to actually do.
Yeah, that's fantastic to know that support's there as well. So it's almost business management. It is,
absolutely.
Another question, great questions. Do we get all the features on the freemium if they don't sign up to the premium range? So what's the deal with obviously probably not, I would guess.
Yeah, so again, it is limited obviously when you've actually kind of got the freemium. So for example, if you take cash payments, you can put those through the freemium system. Everything on the freemium system goes through the Stripe account. But again, no, the majority of it is kind of still there, but there are kind of limitations. But what we can do obviously with the email that kind of comes out, we'll put all of that information actually down on there so you can see kind of, straight away.
Fantastic. Good question from Jenny here. So can you upload pre-recorded videos of workouts onto the system? I spoke to Tom about this. I don't think you can yet, but it is on the...
Not as yet, no. One of the best ways to, again, at the moment you can't, because when you share the Zoom link, the idea there is you're going to do a live class. There are platforms out there. For example, I actually have an on-demand platform myself where, we will either do live classes or we'll actually record a class and actually just kind of put it up there. There are many apps kind of out there that actually kind of do that. It could be something that next year, it could be, one of the options that we actually have. But at the moment, no, we can't do that.
I've spoken to Tom about that, and it was a sort of the consideration as well. But another thing to consider there, Jenny, is you can, if you've got all of your members in the app and they're ready to go, you also have got YouTube, which you can privately allow people to watch private videos. So you can whack your pre-recorded class onto YouTube. Only the people that have got the password to that YouTube via your app would be able to go in and view that workout. So it would still work in the same way, potentially, up until the point where you can get them on there.
A little bit more admin, but yes, you can do that, absolutely.
Yeah, perfect. Any more questions? Great question. Yeah, any more? All right. Okay then, guys, I think we'll wrap up there then, if nobody's got any more questions. Thanks, Lee, so much for coming and showing us what LegitFit can do. And I think there'll be lots of questions off of the back of this. So hopefully, guys, just to let you know that you'll be getting an email, obviously, off the back of this. So to thank you for coming on behalf of us at Hatton Boxing and obviously LegitFit. We are sparring partners now, so there will be opportunity for you to ask questions. And as by sparring partners, I mean that we're working together to help you guys as certified instructors to build your business. Because I realise, having working sort of this year with Hatton Boxing, is that it's a bit, we want you to succeed, and not everybody really knows how to run a business. Again, that's why, I mean, we're in a practical, we just want to help people, and it can be really easy as long as you've got a plan and you've got the right support network around you. So you'll be getting an email with lots of information and a call to action and some contact emails for you to ask any further questions. But for now, I bid you goodbye. I bid you good day. Have a lovely Wednesday, and I'll see you all in the group. Thanks so much for your time, Lee, and thank you.
Not a problem at all. Thank you, everybody.
All right, guys. Take it
thanks,
easy.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.